Vice President J.D. Vance on the redistricting fight being a major factor in next year's midterms. Another factor, high turnover in Congress. 33 members are not seeking re-election that we know of thus far, including Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. So Democrats are targeting that open seat, the governor's office with Kim Reynolds retiring, and as many as 3 of Iowa's 4 congressional seats. Joining us now is someone who could be Ernst's successor, Iowa Republican Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, one of 10 House members running for the United States Senate. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. First, I want to talk about the bill that you introduced. I don't want to get into the Iowa politics, but we just had Tom Homan on talking about the need to enforce, and you recently introduced a bill. I believe it's Protect and Respect ICE Act. Quickly, what does it do to change the equation for ICE officers?
Yeah, well, Jason, good morning. Thank you so much for having me on. This is about protecting the brave men and women of law enforcement who are helping to execute on the president's agenda. And you just heard Tom talking about the people who are pushing back against these ICE officers. And really, we think the best answer here is deterrence. So what we want to do is just double the penalties for those who are getting in the way of those good people standing up to do their job and keep our communities safe.
No, that makes a lot of sense. These poor ICE officers, I feel for their families and their loved ones. They put their lives on the line all the time. So go out and double the penalties. I think that'd be that much more of a deterrent. You want to be the next Iowa senator. You served in Congress. Yeah. You've been highly effective. You're very close with President Trump and his MAGA agenda. What's going to make the difference here? Where is Iowa going? Because it really is going to be, I think, the epicenter of so much politics because of the volatility and the change in personnel there in Iowa. What are Iowans telling you? What's going to be the key for you to try to win that seat in next year?
Yeah, well, first of all, we're doubling down on common sense here in Iowa. The Democrats keep doubling down on crazy, and I'm so proud to have President Trump's full and total endorsement to get this job done. I look at what he's been able to do. I think he's going to go down as the best president in our history. In his first 8 months, we've been able to secure that border and deport dangerous illegals and cut taxes and make trade deals and peace deals. And so the list goes on. And so I know our work there is not done. And so that's why I'm stepping up to run for the United States Senate, because I think that we have much more to do, and I look forward to being a strong ally for the president. What I've done is I've already launched my 99 county tour, did that in my hometown of West Des Moines on Friday. I'm getting out there and I'm listening to Iowans, and Iowans want us to continue the work where we've started to cut taxes, keep working on deregulation, stand up for our military and agriculture. We want to preserve the American dream, and at the heart of all of this, when I think about why I'm doing it, I have 2 boys, not so young anymore, they're 12 and 14, but we want to make sure that they have a great America to live in, not some sort of crazy liberal dystopia, which is what I think our colleagues on the other side of the aisle are pushing for.
Well, this is what I don't understand, and you referenced it earlier. The idea of common sense seems to elude them. What is it that they project? Like, what could they possibly tell the people of Iowa? We're going to be like Zoran Mamdani? Is that the future of the Democratic Party in Iowa? I mean, where do they go? Who do they point to?
Yeah, well, and you look at the ideas and the policies they've continued to point to. They had to put out, some think tank had to put out a memo saying you need to be more authentic and you need to stop calling mothers birthing people. Crazy does not sell in Iowa. And as I've heard and traveled through my district, and now I'll be traveling through the whole state, Iowans just want to be safe. They want to live in a place where the government isn't getting in their way. They want to just be with their families and be able to have the American dream. And Democrats have really abandoned that. Again, you look at their thought leaders. They have Mamdani, they have AOC and Bernie Sanders at the top of their ticket. We have President Trump, who is in office doing exactly what he said he would do. And you look at the House and the Senate and what we've been able to do to back him up in that goal. It's why I'm going to do everything I can to make sure Iowa may be at the epicenter of this battle. I'm not going to stand on the sidelines. I'm going to make sure we have strong conservative majorities that not only, we don't bend, we don't break, but we will just deliver for the president over and over again.
Well, from your time in Congress, it's pretty obvious you're a strong fighter who's got a great voice there in the United States Congress. Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, good luck to you in your race there in Iowa for the United States Senate. Thanks for joining us on Sunday Morning
Jason.
Futures.